Yeah. Yeah, made in Black America. Made in Black America, metaphor for a predator. Been to the Mediterranean, all my papers like an editor. I flow like a reservoir dog, rap Tarantino, off the chain like James. Still let the chain glow, where they bang though. And singing get shot like camera angels. In rap videos, up on Vimeo. I wear the 50 bicentennial, perennial, awesome. Fruit that don't fall far from Islam. When rap was dead, I had to feel it. That it bonds. RBI. Yeah. Made in Black America, metaphor for a predator. Been to the Mediterranean, all my papers like an editor. I flow like a reservoir dog, rap Tarantino, off the chain like Django. Still let the chain glow, where they bang though. And singing get shot like camera angles. In rap videos, put up on Vimeo. I wear the buck 50 bicentennial, perennial, all-star. Fruit that don't fall far from Islam. When rap was dead, I had the fluid that it bombed. I speak, you know I'm in the building like an intercom. Intercom, the world's most integrated with imminent domain. I'm feeling myself like a sentiment. So letter written to myself, aspiring for greatness, wellness, and wealth. I'm cold, I'm hard to melt.
Made in Black America, taking threats from a terrorist. We will never meet, but the media feed is staring. Made in Black America, taking threats from a terrorist. We will never meet, but the media feed is staring. Made in Black America, taking threats from a terrorist. We will never meet, but the media feed is staring. And I'd be inferior if I be inferior. More godly than gluttonous, but myself is superior. You know the difference between the kids with the lunch tickets and the ones with the money in the cafeteria. I break bread with my brother ran like a pizzeria. Spinning dough, you'll find red dots over cheese. Be a wary your whereabouts, don't be feeble. I'm pissed off, Tinkle is the onomatopoeia. You's just a little star, sure ain't me. Been a superstar since mom made me. My president is black. I wonder if Pop thought we was ready for that, or did we move too fast? I don't give a bitch for my grandpa glad they passed that gun law or not. It's still gonna pop up there. Yeah, I'm the Morpheus. Matrix exposing Vegas. She used to borrow dollars. Now my sense ain't so common. Went across the whole nation screaming high power. Never been a racist, but I love horsepower. That's why I got the fans in the stands. Infants Googling, enemies shaking hands. Restoring the balance, detouring the malice. You know the on the mic with a mouth. This is Huey P. Newton with a QP. Bobby with a sail. Fred Hampton on pills in the Hamptons. But I scale, what's happening? I've been trying to teach my homies something and what's happening. Stop the war in Syria over a bold serial killer. Instrumental and book of vital expedient to the nation's capital. Golf Wayne radical. Black lit pastor. Took the usher when he passed it. Okay. Welcome to Black America. Yeah. Close your eyes and imagine. Eyes and imagine.
Doing things.
Close your eyes and imagine.
Greatness.
Close your eyes and
imagine if my roots in the earth realize they worth. Imagine if they was taught love at birth. Imagine if my phone name died and the thought of him here still moistens my eyes. My daughter lives so far away. Imagine if I was here to find instructions through a day. Imagine the things I could say, but since I ain't there, she gon' do it her way. See my dude Mike last night, word is born. He was dead by the morn. We buried him and moved on.
Close your eyes and imagine.
Close your eyes and imagine. My nigga's a little feet, his little heartbeat.
Close your eyes and imagine.
What if I lost him in the streets, seen him covered with a sheet?
Close your eyes and imagine.
Imagine succeeding.
Close your eyes and imagine.
Greatness.
Close your eyes and imagine.
syncopated concussion. My fools rushing. I take my sweet time with the timing. Rock steady till I'm good and damn ready. Oh, I'm sorry, did that sound like a metaphor? Well, perhaps because we met before. But you don't know me like that. It's criminal. The sun don't chill and time don't stand still. Change is real. You tie me to a handbill, you lose that too, like an open hand filled with hourglass hands. I've been running in uphill. If the wind don't get you, then the tide will. Wherever y'all at, whatever y'all motions, raise a glass up high, cause we toasting. Raise a glass, cause of promotion. We celebrating poetry in motion. We handle mighty hard in the streets. Over beats like these, we straight coasting. Leave your hands like a man-made ocean. What you hear is poetry in motion. You thinking I'm supposed to stoop to your level? I couldn't dig that low with the drill and shovel. This ain't as simple as God versus devil. We both exist betwixt the bass and treble. I'm elevated looking down from a distance. You front, right, left, back, and still listening. A rhyme book records dreams in 3D. Demonstrated via movies and TV. Ninja, special forces, serial slavers, hawks, starships, enterprise and rhyme singers. Swoop down from the ceiling to make a killing. Heroes, villains, red and blue villains, back to villains. All the people living the time it takes for listeners to wait. Some won't appreciate it till the wait. There's a mind, I guess we'll have to wait.
Boy, boy, you sharp, boy. Look at the face on you, boy. AKA RBI. Trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Thinking like back in the days when wolf fans, tight caps, just trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Boy, you sharp, boy. Look at the face on you. Boy, you sharp, boy. Look at the face on you, boy. Boy, you sharp, boy. Look at the face on you, boy. Boy, you sharp, boy. Yo, boy, you sharp, boy. Look at the face on you, boy. Ooh, boy, you want to score on your head, boy. Like back in the days when wolf fans, tight caps, just trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Thinking like back in the days when wolf fans, tight caps, just trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. Trying to get you away. What are you saying, like? Someone swarming with the bees. Want to kill the bees. Long time. Someone swarming with the bees. Want to kill the bees. When the MCs came to live out their name, described in the halls and the walls of fame. Goddess in life, broke the Yankee game. Hands buried the man and they raised the sun to rain. That's a plain words, they say herb ain't all the same. Slaves in prison and they some unchained. While everybody in my game star DJ praying. Screaming through the sunroof, money still ain't a thing. Well, I'm still a small bank, asking where's my change. Carpool with the homies, saving gas in my tank. I think like a bean there, I spend less than I make. Strong minded, I should bench way more than my weight. Women been leading the way. Since Roxanne Shantae and the unit have flavor, Jay and Marcy neighbors that wave. Looking confused, I'm like, cool, maybe it's age. When I see Afro punks, I think maybe it's rage. Maybe it's stage, they tripping and they say they got beats. Ain't an MC on this earth that made me feel afraid. Wu-Tang for the children, that's a scripture and phrase. See my goals from a bird's view like Trey, underage.
All right now, DJ RBI on the ones and twos, y'all. Hey, and we're back. And tonight, the Words of Beats and Life Youth Poetry Grand Slam Finals is what you're tuned into. I'm your host, Raquel Rob Brown. Peace, everyone. Thank you for being a part and for joining us. I'd like to first start this off by congratulating the 8 finalists: Nala, Shemar, Project MC, Sainey, Yanina, Sundiata, Kai, and Caleb. Kudos to you all for making it this far. This slam will result in one of you being a top winner and winning $200 and this beautiful, beautiful trophy. Ain't it pretty? It really is. That is exciting. I'm excited for you all. The top 4 of you will be the DMV Youth Slam Team. So tonight is exciting. I'm excited to be a part of it and to host it. So I'm going to jump in with what's going on. Tonight, because it's the finals, we have 4 judges that were pre-selected. We have Corey Matthews, Celine Parker, Allison McNeil, and Alan King. Thank you all too for joining us and being a part and participating in this. Now, the rules for the slam, which is a poetry contest, judging the quality of the content and the performance. That's what the judges will be judging based on, all right? And that's what this is as a slam. The rules for this slam are as follows. Don't rush. Ideally, you would have performed this for yourself or for someone else and timed yourself, okay? But you have 3.5 minutes tonight to give us your best poem and performance, all right? Okay. Family and friends watching, please tell others to tune in and support the young people and to use hashtag WBLSlamCovid and at Words Beats in Life. Do that for us, if you will. This is an uncensored event and we care about your well-being. So please, if you hear anything that is triggering, do well to kind of remove yourself for a moment. These are trying times. I understand, and I personally care about your safety and your well-being. So, okay. And lastly, poets, upon entering the stage where you're in the screen, we're going to test your mic. We're going to test the audio. I'll give you a thumbs up if you're good. Go right into it. You don't have to introduce yourself or your poem because whenever you start speaking, it starts your 3.5 minutes. Without further ado, in the tradition of poetry slams, we have a calibration poet known in my time as the Sacrificial Lamb, Gabriela, who is DC's 2019 Youth Poet Laureate, will be our Sacrificial Lamb for tonight. If you would please welcome our calibration poet, Gabriela.
Hey everyone.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yep, sure.
Last poetry. Sometimes I can poetry feel alive, but then I regret it. I feel too vivid as the colors burn too bright, and I remember once more the scent of dreams ready to die. Is it worth the aching rawness in my throat? Will the rivers and razors reach from this mournful teenage girl's labor, redeem the poems written on prayers printed on paper? My adolescence is a shred of innocence waving in the wind, waiting to be cut. The youthful temper is a tempest of failed attempts down resentment. The young girl's wrath writings of raging storms and riots reborn from rapture. If poetry saved her, will the roaring flood of her anger on us all? I think if she could burn the whole.
Gabriela, I don't know what's going on. It's a little choppy. I'm not sure if you need to be closer to your mic or something. I'm not really sure. A little bit choppy, sweetheart.
Okay, sorry. Starting again. Technological difficulties. I have a very old computer. Las poetisas. Sometimes I read poetry to feel alive, but then I regret it. I feel too vivid, as if the colors burn too bright, and I remember once more the scent of dreams ready to die. Is it worth the aching rawness in my throat? Will the rivers and razors reaped from this mournful teenage girl's labor redeem the poems written on prayers printed on paper? My adolescence is a shred of innocence waving in the wind, waiting to be cut. The youthful temper is a tempest of failed tests and tamped down resentment. The young girl's rapt writings of raging storms and riots reborn threaten the rapture. If poetry saved her, will the roaring flood of her anger drown us all? I think if she could burn the whole world, she would. The female poet is a fire fed by the fury of our pitiful predicament. Her prose is a stick sharpened while sparks fly too close to her mouth. I clutch my pen, clenching our only weapon in a world written by men. My fingers dig into my pencil like it is a dagger. Desperate enough to hold my face to the sharp blade and serrated edges, I lean into the gaps between the teeth in hope of some type of respite or relief. As the pages cut pockets into my cheeks, I've read too many books born from ash, too many passages haunted by phantoms of fingers not meant to touch them. And so, I lean into the fire, my fingers graze the remains of another melted poet's pyre. Soy demasiado conocida, con las poetisas perdidas, sus pies errantes que conducen en caminos sin destino. Tied up for shouting herself hoarse, the crackling inferno swallowed up her voice. Soy aterrorizada, que un día voy a seguir sus pasos hasta los pasajes de Plath y de Pizarnik. Sería deshecho por mis propias palabras ponzoñosas. I cannot string enough words together to rub away my wounds. I nurse the burns on my palms, and so scarred, red, and raw, I write a new poem that is my soothing balm. Thank you.
That was amazing, Gabriela. I mean, amazing. I haven't heard you in a little while. You are absolutely amazing. I love the alliteration. Read too many books that came from ash, born from ash. Excuse me. Read too many books born from ash. That's what I wrote down. Amazing. I'm going to have to reach out to you. Please welcome to the mic next, y'all, Yanina.
Hi, I'm Yanina, as she said, and tonight I'll be performing a poem entitled Shattered Glass. Substance isn't love, but what does one do when the substance has become so embedded to the heart, to the point that it's the only way you feel loved? A transparent glass so see-through yet so fogged with the illusion that relief is in that one sip. You've had 3 bottles, you have 3 children who are startled, sip, sip, sip. They don't recognize their true parent. They don't recognize that the only love you ever felt was the love from the glass that kisses your lips with the most toxic relief. Your heart accelerates at the sight. Their eyes just seem to see your demise. You've had 99 bottles and one not done. They have 99 wishes and you're their biggest one. They only want your love, but you don't realize that you become a magnet to the bottle, to the glass, to the one thing you told yourself you would leave, but you only seem to go back. Done lost your family, done lost your job, haven't lost your life, but they lost their dad. So, will you ever go back to see the real love that you lost? Thank you.
Yeah, that was amazing too. Great job, Yanina. Very, very good. That was fantastic. I'm getting some great lines here. I'm telling you, it's inspiration to me. Prayerfully, you all are inspired as well. Again, poets, if you tell your name again and the name of the poem, include that in your 3.5 minutes. Otherwise, just jump right in. Coming to the microphone next, please welcome Caleb.
All right, hi everybody. I'm Caleb Robinson, and my poem is titled The Rose. The life of a rose is a simple one. They rise, they fall. We give them to each other as symbols of our all. There's beauty in their struggle, triumph through their darkness. If a rose can bloom through concrete, why can't I bloom in a garden? I've been blessed with opportunities, watered every day. I think it's time to follow my heart to my new home 3,000 miles away. I've been given everything in life, never had to deal with anguish or strife. Like a rose, I've been pampered, and like one, I shall bloom, destined to change the world and rid it of its gloom. A rose gives us life, a rose gives us love, a symbol of peace, just like a dove. A substitute for a heart, roses truly are beautiful works of art. Like a rose, I will wilt, but by then I hope you'll see the seeds that I planted into the ground, my legacy. When I look back in 50 years, I don't want to feel guilt, regret, or jealousy. Like a rose, I'm not worried about the person to the left of me. I'm worried about doing what's right, about never giving up and always putting up a fight. I won't let anything extinguish my light. Like a rose, I will stand, weathering the storm. I've had a target on my back since the day I was born. Like a rose, I am simple. Although life feels so complicated, we are all like roses. We deserve to be appreciated. Thank you.
Hey Caleb, that was great. It reminds me of something I wrote a long time ago. I said some people get upset because roses have thorns. I'm thankful thorns have roses. Great piece. Welcome to the stage next, y'all. Sundiata.
Hello, everyone. My title name is Sundiata the Great. Okay. Who am I? I am Sundiata. No, actually, I am Sundiata the Greatest. I hear people chanting my name. I see myself in a huge crowd. I am miles ahead and mountains above. I am Sundiata the Greatest. I know I'll make it. I feel it. I touch it. I see it. I am Sundiata the Greatest. I work my hardest. Nothing can stop me. I fail sometimes, but I know failure is the way to success. I am Sundiata the Greatest. I might dribble, I might pass, I might run, I might fall, I might win, I might lose, but I'll always be Sundiata the Greatest. Some might boo, some might cheer, I might kick, I might head, I might score, I might miss, but I'll always be Sundiata the Greatest. I know one day, not too far away, when the game is done and we've all had our fun, they'll hand me a ball, and with a smile for all, I'll know I'm the best because I am Sundiata the Greatest. Thank you for listening to my poem. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Done.
Hey, Sundiata, I do believe you'll make it. You'll do whatever you want to do, bro. You are the greatest for sure. I love that piece. That was cool. Hey, that's DJ RBI on the ones and twos, y'all. I'm your host, Raquel Rob Brown. Coming to the stage next. Please welcome Sainey.
And America asks us to swallow a headline whole before brewing a a Black man being murdered, it hits us and doesn't ask.
Start over.
You can hear me?
In the very beginning it was choppy, but then I started hearing you clearer. So start that one over for me. Thank you.
All right. And America asks us to swallow a headline whole. Before rolling a clip of a Black man being murdered, it hits us and doesn't ask if we are ready, but uses and extracts our angry, leaves our bodies windless before the wait. As we watch George's life leave his, and like this, they try to teach us that our life doesn't matter. Make our pain accessible with a click. They see our body and not our being, so we riot. Angry as a siren sweeping across the country, burning down buildings we built, and the president calls protesters thugs. Like the police aren't the country's deepest gang in full riot gear. The media will gaslight us before putting gas in our eyes, and the president calls protesters thugs. Politicians asking us to choose love, like sometimes love ain't accountability. The cost of Black life still weighed in mouths across America, and I've realized my existence is political. We riot for Black people gone ghost to brutality, and they ask, why are you burning down your own cities? As if to put building over body, as if we can get insurance claims on those we lost, put clay to ether, and like that, they'll be alive again. I wish our magic worked like that. The country wraps itself in smoke, and the news stories are equally foggy. If you're looking for the truth, no, the media won't tell it. Call our riot, spill milk, but Target won't sell it. We riot for the Black children who gotta swallow headlines with their cereal in a country where it's political for Black people to want to keep the air in their lungs. And they say, why can't you be like MLK? And they say, you ain't gotta do Gucci like that. They say, violence makes us look bad. No, violence makes them pay attention. We already look bad to them. That's why we're out here in the first place. Remember that they built America on Black bones. They will never be able to repay what they took from us. And to be Black is to be born with a black hole, but we're Phoenix, can birth a dream out of what's never been. I mean, this isn't the first time we've had to do it. Been a while and we're still going through it, but no, the revolution is ours to build, even if we gotta do it with our bare hands. Thank you. Whew.
Like love and accountability, put clay to ether. Hey, Sainey, you are powerful, sis. I'm telling you, I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write tonight after all of this. That was okay. Yeah, that was pretty amazing right there. Kai is coming to the stage next, y'all. Please welcome.
Hello. Tears have many meanings. They could be tears of joy, tears from pain, or tears of anger or sadness. Some people hate tears, some people embrace them. For me, tears usually don't mean anything good. I try to fight them, push them away, but they always linger. I try to hold them back and maintain a strong face, but it burns my throat and eyes to keep them inside. I have to isolate myself and let them fall, because if I wait too long, it'll eventually break me. With me, tears develop easy. Get yelled at, tears. Get in an argument, tears. Frustrated, tears. Just all around tears. But as quickly as they come, they disappear. And before very long, all the unhappy feelings are gone. So I no longer fight my tears or run away. For I now know this very clear, and instead I hold them very dear. Thank you.
Hey, DJ RBI. Okay, I don't cry as readily. I wish I did. Mara's coming to the stage next, And yeah, please welcome.
You can't truly imprison a person as long as their mind still wanders past the inhibitions of a singled out reality forced onto a people. Metaphorically, I mean you can break free from your chains as long as you're willed enough to believe you're free. But realistically, I mean it takes more than a president, a few speeches, and an association to make me feel like we getting anywhere. Through tears swimming down the side of my face, I read once again another one of my brothers was killed. Not related by blood, but we might as well be this pain. We might as well be the way this pain reached down to the pit of my stomach, because black bodies ain't just black on the outside. It's terrifying to think that we had a few years without any racial violence, at least for the nonsense the media puts on your screen, posterizing the immaturity and deviance of their own race because they used to it, but hiding the truth of how they feel against this black nation and black people, because if the murderer was black too, it would mean nothing to them. It's wicked how arrest-wise our innocent men are in the same category as bombers and mass murderers, at least in hindsight, be hindsight. Put your hands behind your back, stop resisting sight. But even at that, I've always known the sound of our holding breath would be the loudest sound ever made, like quiet. But they must really be deaf that they can't hear this orchestra. You can hear ever so clearly the sound of themselves losing money. There's nothing sadder than a rich white man having to come out of pocket. Not like we're watching black people come out of their life. I can honestly say it felt good to watch our people stand their ground, like how I've seen multiple posts with a man wearing a hat saying, "Make racists catch the fade again." Now, I'm not into violence, and this ain't basketball, but it just might take a fade to win, because it's obvious it takes more than a worldwide pandemic to stop injustice. You can hide behind a voice or a name or an area, but you can't hide the skin. So chilling in your home, being silent might help you, but it just makes matters worse for us. Them boys in blue just threw a black woman off her balcony and covered it up as a suicide, and the National Guard is on their way to Minneapolis as we speak. So peaceful or not, it doesn't matter if you're Ahmad or Sean or Brianna or George, we aren't safe. It's why fighting with our mind is such an unappreciated art form, because the mind can't be broken if it's made of steel. Stop fighting with your fist and fight with your words. This pen ain't just a blade, it's my whole arsenal. Be stubborn. Because it was never that peaceful protests weren't getting anywhere. It was our all too familiar trait of giving up when victory seems too far. Trust me, if Rome wasn't built in a day, then peace sure won't be gained in a week. Tunnel vision is a valuable asset through the process of turning the tides of a new world order, and losing the sight of that is a detrimental blow to everything we stand for as a people. And losing ain't an option. Thank you.
Hey now, what's going on? I don't hear the music. I'll just make my own. Y'all don't know I can sing, did you? Don't rush. Okay. Anyway, I'm your host, Rob Brown. That is DJ RBI. We are part of Words Beats of Life, and you are watching the Words Beats of Life Grand Slam the Youth Poetry Grand Slam Finals. Okay, that's what's going on. Coming to the stage next, please welcome Project MC.
The title of this poem, The Mile We Run. As I open Twitter for my daily news to see yet another black body decorate the pavement for more of America's favorite racist festivities, what strangely comes to mind is the movie 8 Mile. Now, we all know the smash hit movie and its infamous theme song. It goes, "You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. You not miss a chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime." I can only imagine what the black boys' last moments had to feel like Two barrels drawn on him. Before the shot, palms are sweaty. His knees are weak. His arms are heavy. After the shot, white tee turns crimson. Blood on his shirt looked like he spilled his mom's spaghetti. Before the shot, the boy is nervous, but both his gunmen look calm and ready. The boy scarcely yells stop, but it's as if the gunman hears his cries, but just keeps on forgetting what he spoke out. The magazine slow echoes fall in the boy's ears so loud he opens his mouth, but words won't come out. He's choking now. The gunman are joking now. His clock's run out. Time's up. Over. Wow. I then snap back to reality, wishing this snap was at the hand of Thanos to make this all wither away. I'm reminded villains in this timeline are indeed more fact than fiction. See, racism is the biggest villain of them all and will take every opportunity it can to rear its ugly head and wield its jealous hand. How could the villains get this opportunity? So they better go capture this life, this moment, and hope it don't pass them. A black boy's last breaths sound like Mozart's greatest work on their ears when they see the black boy jogging, when they see him holding a toy gun, when they hear him trying to say, I can't breathe with his last breaths. All they can hear in their head is, you better lose yourself in the music. The moment America owns it, so you can never let it go. You only get as many shots as there are able bodies around, but still, don't miss your chance to blow, because this opportunity comes far too many times in a lifetime at the expense of a black boy. Thank you.
Hey now. Project MC, that was you all gave me some really great lines tonight. Let's put it like that. And you better lose yourself in the music. Yeah. I'm with it. Okay. So I got a couple lines down, and I'm gonna work with these. Coming to the stage next, please welcome Nala.
All right, so this piece is called Altar of Racism. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. No commandments is greater than these.
Hold on, baby.
Have you?
Hi. Will you start that over? It was and you froze in the beginning. Let's start over. Hi.
My bad. All right. This is called Altar of Racism. All right. You shall love your neighbor as you love yourself. No commandment is greater as these. Have you ever seen a black man dance despite the bullets, arms derailing wildly like he was praying to a God he knew he was about to enter? I believe the cops ever will, and now we are in the place we're hearing about another one of us dying. It's not surprising. See, with that badge you feel all high and mighty, but keep in mind the same God that created you created me. For each man and woman you have killed the Lord's image. I guess I should have begun with this piece being a bit controversial. About to come at you guns ablazing, cop my Glock back real quick, such as you pop. Since this skin is seen as a threat, I'm about to show you how dangerous my voice can be. Are you not my brother's keeper? So please hear me. I do not wish to raise more Black death. I am shutting down and demanding a better harmony. We built this country from segregation and sugarcane, well deserved a seat in the front. You take the back, for the Lord himself claims that I am the chosen people, among the most royal people, his very own possession. But you see my skin, and it is now an exception, your new obsession, and I can't breathe. You tell us that we will continue to go on as we always do. This is an oversung gospel. Here, you are trying to extinguish the fire within me, so now here, this shotgun in my throat. Among the holy skin ain't white, it ain't right. Who deemed you worthy of such a thing? Who declared you God? Pray. Our Black bodies were never made for caskets. Perhaps they believe we more stylish than they do. What an unholy prayer their bodies are.
For America's safety, I've already started memorizing my father's eulogy, and my mother's, and my brothers, and my sisters, and my unborn child's eulogy. There are prayers in the way we walk. It is almost as if we are Jesus crucified on the cross of convictions. However, more than 3 days pass, and we cannot, or Ahmaud Arbery, or George Floyd. I am resurrecting their spirits because greater is a spirit living in me than he who is in the world. And now I'm angry. Jesus flipped tables too, you know. There's a hymn we continue to sing, and it goes a little something like, America, America, from sea to frightening sea, oh beautiful with racist eyes, waves and waves of pain. We refuse to congregate at your altar of racism. The state has declared that this should be a time of peace. You know, now when they fired the gun of war, I fear nothing but the Lord himself, and refuse to kneel to your badge. And hear me when I say this, the Lord, he's coming for his people. Thank you.
Nala had me with that face on when she was doing her thing. I was on this joint like, you know what I'm saying? What? That was great. That was really great. Very passionate. Very passionate. I appreciate that. During our other slams leading up to this final, we had this sample poem challenge, right? And what was going to happen or was supposed to happen during this challenge was that we wanted to challenge MC, poets, and producers of all ages and geographies to sample the poems that had just been performed. By sampling, we mean take 2 lines or more from each poem you heard and create another piece or beat or, you know, something along it, or spit something as an MC. And then at least but 2 lines, okay, so on and so forth. Videotape it, right, using the hashtag WBL Slam COVID and at Words Beats Life on IG. Submit it, and you could win cash money. I don't know that happened. However, at the end of the other slams, I, sampled. I did a sample poem challenge just to let you know how it flows. So during the time everybody has been reciting their thing, I have, heard particular lines that stood out and wrote them down. And so when we get to the end of this and we got the Grand Slam champion and all the other good stuff, or before that rather, I will read the poem. In the meantime, giving me time to write, I'm excited to introduce our feature. She is 2018's DC Youth Poet Laureate. She's 20 years old now, New York City-based queer, brown poet, singer, and performer. She's a recent graduate of the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York City, where she studied musical theater and vocal performance. She was 2-time member of the DC Youth Slam Team. Again, she was DC Youth Poet Laureate, DCYST Grand Slam champ, and National Book Festival champ. She's just a champ. How about that? Please welcome Miss Annie Smith.
There is something about the way she sings, how her lips wrap around every syllable and kiss it as they coo from her mouth. She sings songs of her mother's mother, of women who knew the way that songs can be storytellers, women who have carried melodies in their wombs just as long as they have carried generations on their backs. They sing from the pits of their bellies as though they are birthing movements they may one day be a part of, or melodies. These women, born into shackle, know the freedom of hymn. My 3rd grade music teacher told me that slaves used to hide instructions to the Underground Railroad in songs. Told me of how we connected songs to stars and followed stars to somewhere where tomorrow is more free than yesterday. My grandmother sings of a tomorrow that is more free than yesterday. On Sundays like this one, where we sit in the comfort of her song, the air full of her buoyant voice, lousy with lullaby, dreaming of a change she may never see. A world where everyone knows the strength of a song, where everyone knows the strength of these women, women like my mother, and her mother, and her mother, who some days can only sing of freedom, but never know it truly. What's up, you guys? My name's Annie. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I'm gonna spit a couple of poems. That poem that you guys just heard was called On a Lazy Sunday, My Grandmother Sings of Freedom. It's actually in the book that I'm currently writing, and you'll maybe hear some poems that are sort of sampled from the books, but I've put together sort of a unique set for you guys today, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. So I'm gonna kick it off with this next poem. 1. I think, maybe, I have always known how to mourn him, or I never have. It depends on if you consider Black boys as alive enough to mourn in the first place, or just as Black bodies, colored cadavers, stuck inside a mouth or wedged between a set of teeth, a body, born into blood and bloodlust. And Black bloodied bodies always sit so nicely on everyone's tongue that does not have to mourn them, too. Telling the Black boy's mother that he died. And she says, I know. Like he has been dead since he was ripped from womb, from body, his and hers all tied together in a tangle so tight that when he died, they found pieces of her heart in his hand, crushed. And what can beat through that? What can beat that? Broken or just Black? Sometimes the two seem so synonymous. 3. I have called the boy dead for so long, I am beginning to forget that's not his name. But then again, I know it's easier this way. To bury his name beneath my tongue before I have to bury his body. Ain't it easier to mourn someone you never spoke into existence long enough for them to be, to breathe? I have covered so many brown bodies in a blanket of broken, smothered the life out of so many brown boys that I call brother and father and lover and love, and someone loved that Black boy. Maybe it was me, because don't love hurt sometimes, like a bullet? So then, maybe, in some twisted way, this country does love Black boys. Love them enough to bloody and put bullet through and bury like I did with my brother's name when I stopped speaking it long enough for me to mourn him before he could even die. But hasn't there always been magic in this? The disappearing, the erasure? And maybe Black girl magic stemmed from our ability to become vanishing acts, to disappear with the night or with the wave of a white man's wand, to go without a sound, without a word, without nobody seeing nothing other than the fact that she was Black, seeing just enough to contort a story that sounds more like consent, even though stop, don't touch me don't sound much like consent, but didn't nobody ever ask a Black girl for permission for her body anyways? To society, she be more product than person, and everyone knows a commodity can be sold to the highest bidder or stolen by the most entitled ego, stolen from a homeland, or stolen from their future possibilities, or stolen from their innocence. This type of magic be an inheritance none of us asked for, the part no one wants to acknowledge. I have whittled myself into a white man's magic because no one wants to be called voodoo. Instead, we say things like, my skin absorbs sun rays and my hair defies gravity. Of course, I am magical. Or Black women are made of brown sugar, honey, cocoa, and gold, when really we mean Black women are made of inherited fear, the art of fight, and the ability to disappear, all held up with a strong backbone bent under the weight of a nation trying to bury them. A nation killing off the parts of them they think too much to manage and selling the desirable bits to any culturally appropriating celebrity in need of a trend booster, trying to make us think they do Black better than us, that it looked better on a white woman, that we aren't even needed anymore. turning our pearls into a noose so it seems like you aren't the one manning the rope, like you aren't the one pulling the trigger, turning me into another face not worthy of a movement because a Black girl don't make a good enough news story. No one expected her to have a happy ending anyways. They thought if they ignored her long enough, she would just go away. She would just disappear. Because isn't that all being Black is good for anyways? Being a body, then vanishing when it is no longer convenient. I guess it's easier to go without a sound, without a word, when you were never given a voice in the first place. So next I'm going to move on to my final poem. This is a poem that's really near and dear to my heart. My sister actually is on this live stream right now. This is for Ariana, my little sister. Recently, we've really been going through a lot of conversations about what it means to be not only a Black woman, but a Latina woman, an Afro-Latina woman, and kind of the strange duality that comes with, you know, being Black and being Hispanic and not knowing really what category you fit into. So this is for Ariana. Beauty Blender releases its new Bounce Foundation. Says it is to celebrate Latina women, but in the same breath gives us a collection with only 5 shades past beige, as if to tell us nothing beyond that is worthy of being made to feel beautiful. This is for the Latina girls past beige, Afro and indigenous, with dark skin and bright eyes, the ones that fall between the gaps of an industry never meant for us, like my best friend Isabel's mother, who has hands kissed by midnight, the kind she and her primos scurried out of back in her home Panama. Her hands taught me to stir sancocho like a cauldron, called it healing magic. She spoon-fed it to me the first time I got a migraine at her house. We spoon-fed it to my best friend after her first big heartbreak. Mama Kathy says she knows a lot about broken pieces, which is why she calls us beautiful like it is our name, because no amount of makeup can cover up the broken heart left when no one thinks you are pretty enough. Which is why, when it stormed outside and Isabel and I quaked in our sleeping bags, she made us dance bachata in the living room. Because sometimes life is a hurricane that will try to uproot you from everything you've got, like your heritage, like your self-worth. Sometimes you gotta 2-step through the thunder. When the Spanish boys on the playground, the ones with soccer jerseys and knockoff Prince Roy's hair, called us monkey girls, island niggers, laughed at me and Isabel while we tried to construct Spanish on our tongues. Isabel and I became our own demolition crews, turned ourselves into rubble and waited for Mama Kathy to rebuild us. Instead, she put on our favorite Aventura song and made us dance. Said, don't cry. I didn't raise you to look for love in someone whose heart does not have room for the whole of you. Told us to say that we look like their mothers, that one day they would see us at the parties and ask us to dance once our hips grew into an island swell. We say we will tell them no. Remind them of the names they called us and how now their mouths change that into sexy like it doesn't have the same bite. Like our lips don't remember all the times they didn't want to kiss us because we were dirty, because we were different, because we were jungle. Now I got tree trunks for legs, rooted in my culture. Some days I speak Spanish to remind myself that I can, even when it is not perfect, even when it is too much like me. Half and broken and still learning how to come into itself. I speak Spanish like it's the only thing my abuela could give me once she saw I didn't have her fair skin, the kind that boys in my school fawned over, the same boys who didn't like me, or Isabel, the same boys who say I finally grew into my features. They mean I finally got enough of an ass to make me worth the conquest. They can take a look at it while I catwalk away, show them a strut made for a runway and a pose made for a magazine, even when I will never see myself in a beauty ad. When the makeup companies say they are celebrating Latina women, then forget to invite us to the party. We will throw our own. We'll blast Celia Cruz through the streets and watch the Morena girls gather and dance, hips swaying enough to stir up a storm. And when the rain comes, we will keep going. Let it wash off every bit of makeup and insecurity. Let our hair down and show the world how beautiful we are naturally. That we never needed their foundation. That we were built strong enough. That we are beautiful enough. All on our own. I just... Something happened. We good? Okay.
Hey, 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 hey. Okay, I didn't realize Annie was finished. I thoroughly enjoyed you. You have a book? Do you have a book or some way to?
I have a book in the process.
Can I get like the unedited version? Can I get what you write and then like email it to me? You know, yo, you are amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, did you just hit me with the
force of habit? Force of habit.
Cool, and I got you. Yeah, that was absolutely. I really appreciate the delivery as well. I hang on every word, and I'm real big on that. I'm real critical too. Not that anybody,
Yeah, I like to make sure you can hear me. You get all of it.
not that anybody cares that I'm critical or not, but yeah, not pretty amazing, absolutely amazing. Actually, there was some in there, and I was like, whoa. So I'm writing the sample piece that was part of like just to give them a sample of the sample.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was writing, I put down, I said something about black, but I'm saying black like in the background, black girl magic, black like a double negative, you know, like my friend said, it's like being a woman is like being black twice.
Yep.
That's so that's what I was thinking of. And in the midst of me writing that, said black girl magic and I was just, it was like music. It was like music playing.
Thank you.
I don't know how to always, I articulate well, but I don't really always put things out in the moment, especially when I'm feeling it and feeling so inspired. I've been teary-eyed a lot, not just about the things, the fact that we're actually experiencing a pandemic and a race riot all at the same time.
All at the same time.
Overwhelming. I've been spending a lot of time. Someone was crazy enough to buy me like a little moped that looks like a motorcycle, so you can't really tell me much. Not zoom out. And I go see my boys a lot. I have grandsons, and while I know I don't look like I do, and so I go see them a lot. So I'm teary-eyed a great deal because they're actually living in this time, and I want to make sure that they live while they're alive.
Exactly.
So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed you. Could you please? I'll put my email address in chat. Let me know when your book is out. I'll get several gifts. Just let me know.
I got you.
Amazing, y'all. It's Annie. Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Thank you.
Favorite poets. I only have two. I only have three. And you tell me if you know them. I have three favorite poets.
Okay.
I promise you, I just added you to it. I'm not just saying this. I'm really hard on things. I added you to it. I have three favorite poets. Warsan Shire.
I don't know that one.
You know? Okay. 13 of Nazareth.
Yes.
And Rashid Copeland.
Yes.
Okay. I have, yeah. But please look up Warsan. Warsan is Kenyan-born Somalian. She lives in London. Absolutely amazing. Okay. And since already knows this about me, I'll give you one of my favorite lines from her. And maybe it'll prompt you to write something.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my mother's mouth and my father's eyes. On my face, they're still together. I knew you would appreciate this. Don't it? Smack. Yes. Yeah. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I'm going to ask DJ RBI to join us for like 2 minutes while I look at what happened with the outcome and everything. I want to thank you again for being a part, and you are amazing. Seriously. I do appreciate you. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
DJ, there for me.
Man, I am ready. Are y'all ready to get down? Come on, y'all, let's get on. Get out. Wait, hold on. The day I met you, I saw strength. And I knew from that point on that you were pure woman. Possessing a spirit that was strong. I want smiles to replace the sorrow that you've encountered in the past. And since it was strength that attracted me to you, it will take strength to make it last. My negative side will attempt to change you. But please fight that with your heart. It will be your strength that keep us both standing while others around us fall. Black woman. Black woman. Black woman. Black woman. Black woman. I want smiles to replace the sorrow that you have encountered in the past. And since it was strength that attracted me to you, it will take strength to make it last. To make it last. My negative side will attempt to change. But please, fight that. Fight that with your heart. It will be your strength that keep us both standing. While others around us keep us standing. While things around us it's your spirit, your strong, beautiful spirit that makes us both stand free. Black woman, it is your beauty. It is your pureness. It is you and all you that make us both stand free. Black woman.
Y'all trust that whole thing was written for me. And every black woman out there needs to feel the same way. See what I'm holding? It feels so good and it's so pretty. Don't you agree? All right, y'all. The Grand Slam finalist and winner of this Youth Poetry Slam is, and let me just say, I'm very excited to announce that they are the actual winner. The winner of the Grand Slam Poetry Finals, this trophy and $200 is Sainey. Yeah. So I'll do some applause. The runner-up right behind Sainey is Yanina, coming in third is Project MC, and rounding it off for us is Nala. So you four, Sainey, Yanina, Project MC, and Nala, have made me very proud to be the coach for the DMV Youth Slam Team. But you are the DMV Youth Slam Team, and as a result of this, I have decided I actually want to coach now. See that, Project MC? I'm back in it, baby. Congratulations to you all, and congratulations to Sainey. Thank you. It's Grand Slam. You all around. Amazing. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Good. I see you in there, Ron. Do a little. What's going on? What's going on? Hey. Hey, 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 hey. All right. So yeah, that closes us out. No, that doesn't close us out. My apology. This piece closes us out, and I think that I have it together. I rewrote it here. Takes more than a president, dead or alive. I am black tired. Put your hands behind your back, black. Girl magic, black like a double negative. I sip, intoxicate. My vision is always black, blurred. Relief in one sip. Don't recognize the love I felt. Kissed my lips with stench and dizzy blood. Black spinning, black. I have been blessed with opportunity and watered every day. Like a rose, I will wilt and die. Target on my back. Was I ever really alive since I was born? Black. Who am I? I'm mountains above, higher than the ceiling that my sons bump their heads on against like baton. Black. You better lose yourself in the music. They're coming. Don't listen for the clack. Stop. Step back. Stop. Don't do that. Stop. You're too black. A black boy and girl's last breath. Greater than Mozart. Blood spattered is our greatest art. Put clay to ether. Mold black into black. Are you my brother's keeper? I'm the chosen people. Black. They prey on us. And wait a minute. They prey on us in anger at the fact that we're black and react like who declared you God? Black. You did. I know that was quick. I'm glad I got it down right here. Be different. They don't hate Sainey.
Hi.
Congratulations. This is yours.
Thank you.
Indeed. And some money so you could take me to brunch. And so yeah. All that, all of that. That's what's up. I love it. Love it so much. I look forward to working with you all. You all are amazing, amazing artists, and I listened to you every time you did your thing, and I was like, whoa. Incredibly powerful, sis. Incredibly.
Thank you.
You to know that, like, I'm sure you know that. I wish for you to know that. Yeah. No,
yeah.
Real talk. I don't do a lot of smoke blowing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So I'm excited for you, and congratulations to you. Congratulations to everyone that's part of the DMV Youth Slam Team this year, including yourself. Again, that's Yanina, Nala, and Project MC. And I look forward to working with you all. I really do.
I look forward to working with you.
And Groove, who is that right there? Let me do this. Is that everybody coming up? Yes. Hey, Nina. Hey, Nala. Project MC is attempting to come up in the genre. He's spinning and buffering and spinning. There you go. And buffering. What y'all want to say? Y'all want to do on the count of three, like everybody say something together? What we want to say together?
I just want to say I love y'all. It's a lot going on in the world right now. Man. I just feel like we need to come together. And we got this.
We do. Yeah. We got this. Right. Period. Exactly.
Look, everybody, hold on.
That's what we should say. That's what we should say.
Count of three. We got this?
We got this.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
3. We got
this. Period.
I wasn't really feeling it.
Oh, okay.
Period.
Microphone. But if you mute your joint produces, we got it. That's good? All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We got this.
We got it.
This is so insecure, but we'll get it. We'll get it down. We'll get it down.
Congratulations, all of you. And thank you so much. No doubt. Hey, Ron, spin us out. Special shout out to Mozzie and Morgan. Morgan, thank you for all your work.
The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours. I sip the dark beat, watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes. All the words past the margin. They hold the mic, I'm throbbing. Mechanical movement. Understandable smoothness that murderers move with. The beat stings, play me at night, they won't move right. The beat of hip hop has got me stuck like a crack pipe. The mind activation, react like I'm facing time like Pappy Mason. With pins I'm embracing, like the sweat off my dome, spit the phlegm on the streets. Suede Timbs on my beats, mix my cypher, complete clever, cruising in a 6 cab. I'm on tarot deep, I can't call it. The beats make me falling asleep, I keep falling, but never falling 6 feet deep. I'm out for presidents to represent me. Say what? I'm out for presidents to represent me. Say what? I'm out for dead presidents to represent me. The world is this. The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours.
I was bugging Mozzie. Thank you, Mozzie. Shout out to Mozzie for putting this together as well. But special shout out to Morgan. Hey, Mama, thank you for everything, sis. These scripts and something for me to follow and finding these talented young people. Your efforts are not unseen for sure. Thank you so much. And good night, everybody.
Do nothing but sitting there. Gotta get it up, you know what I'm saying? Get yours, cause it's yours, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm going Rambo, fam, though it's moving pretty damn slow. The bland, turn the Trans Am into a Lambo. Scram, yo, my soul caliber is like Namco. I dance on track, but these niggas is Sambo. Get your shit split, you nitwit. You pussy is a slick clip, when labels dig you. They make Commander skill invincible, like the Man of Steel. My killers got gorillas slipping on banana peels. I'm extraordinary. I know you're ex-shorty, extra with the head, but it's extraordinary. Check the technician, neck glisten. I'm on the catch wreck mission. The rock can shot like an electrician without correct vision. You can't see me, I'm got the Glock and shoot it through the TV like it's easy as if I've seen you make a sudden move like a Ouija board. I can't record making cheese look at cheese. It's mine, it's mine. This world is dead. The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is dead? The world is yours. The world